Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the synergy between Himeko and Fugue. And before we get into today's video, let me know if you guys are actually planning to pull Fugue yourselves or if you maybe are skipping her and for who. Lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. So for today's showcase, we are going to be using Himeko, Fugue, Ruan Mei, and Lingsha. I am so excited to show you guys this synergy because Himeko is just going to be able to take such good advantage of the exo toughness from Fugue's kit. So super excited to show you guys this. And also apologies for no VTuber today. I have little chibi me instead since I am currently traveling, but I still wanted to make very fun videos for you guys, so we're here today. With Fugue's skill, we are going to be using it on Himeko, which you can honestly use it on Himeko or Lingsha as they both can nicely take advantage of the Foxy and Prayer buff from Fugue. But we're just going to be using it on Himeko for today's video. And now with Ruan Mei, we're just going to basic attack and then also use her ultimate right here. So there we go. Now with Lingsha, we are going to use her skill, wabam. And we are going to get hit a bit here. Mr. or Mrs. Drink is also going to inflict us with some debuffs, which is a little unfortunate, but it's honestly fine. We do have a follow-up though coming in from Himeko, which is awesome. And now we're also going to be using Lingsha's ultimate right here. Fuyuin is going to come in. And now Himeko comes in once again. Now with Himeko, I am actually going to use her skill here just so we get another follow-up. And bam, there we go. We have another follow-up ready to go. Thanks to the exo toughness, it just allows us to unleash so many freaking follow-up attacks onto enemies, as you guys can see. Now with Fugue, we are going to basic attack, with Ruan Mei basic attack as well. And now with Lingsha, we can use her skill. Boop. And now we're on to the next wave here. What I'm going to do is use Fugue's ultimate. Bam. And now we are going to get the attack boost. So what we're going to do is just use our enhanced basic attack with Fugue. And now with Lingsha, we can use our skill. Boom. Now with Himeko, I'm going to attack this TV right here. And now with Ruan Mei, I do have to use her skill to replenish it. We are going to get some skill points, which is pretty nice. And now we're also going to get Ruan Mei's ultimate here, and Fuyuin's actually going to come in a moment here. What we can do is actually break a lot of these TVs so they don't take away our energy. Well, bam, and now another follow-up here with Himeko. We are going to get hit a bit, but we have some Fuyuin action. Boom, another follow-up from Himeko, another follow-up from Fuyuin, another follow-up from Himeko. And now we have more follow-ups coming in. Another follow-up from Himeko. Bam! Oh my gosh, we just did so much freaking damage. And we have all of our skill points. Yay! That is the power of the exo toughness. When it comes to just Fugue having that, we get so many freaking follow-ups. It's insane. Now with Lingsha, we're going to use her skill. Boom. And now with Himeko, we can also use her skill. There we go. Now with Ruan Mei, we can just hit the TV. Now the turbulence will come in. We're going to get some energy here, which is awesome. And now they're going to freaking attack us pretty hard, but thankfully we are all good. Now what I'm going to do is actually use Fugue's enhanced basic attack like so. Fuyuin's gonna come in. Oh, we actually got Fugue's ultimate. This is awesome because now we can break them and get more follow-ups here with Himeko in a second. Okay, wait, we're missing one charge point. Okay, we're fine. What we're gonna do is the Lingsha skill. Now Himeko is going to come in with her follow-up. And now we can just break all of these enemies here. And we're about to have another follow-up party here with Himeko. Boom! There we go. Now we're just going to basic attack with Ruan Mei. And we can also use Himeko's skill. We have another follow-up. And bam! There we go. We beat it. There we go. We only took one cycle to beat that, which I honestly think is really good. I'm really hyped up because of that showcase. I just love seeing Himeko just do so many freaking follow-up attacks, and then Lingsha being able to help out with that with Fuyuin. It's just so much freaking fun. But let me get into the builds now for today's video. Okay, for today's builds, here is my Himeko. Let's just go over her stats real quick. Now, as you guys can see, I do actually have 125 speed on my Himeko, but thanks to Ruan Mei, of course, we're going to get more speed in battle. And then also with Himeko's Lycon here, after the Harmony fall, we're going to get even more speed after using our ultimate. So this ends up working very nicely when it comes to Himeko's speed stat. And of course, as you guys can see, I did use after the Harmony fall. This is a very nice light cone if you are considering using Break Himeko, as it will give her 56% break effect as Super Imposition 5. But of course, you can use alternative light cone options as well if you do not have this. This one I've noticed though is just a very nice 4-star option when it comes to, once again, the Super Break Himeko team. For her traces, they are maxed out. Here are her relics. We are using the Iron Break sets and then of course the Forge set. And now we could take a quick look at her relics. As you guys can see, since I have a nice amount of speed substats on some of my pieces, I am nicely able to take advantage of attack boots, as within battle we will be at that 134 plus speed range. But if you don't get too many speed substats, then you can of course just end up going with some speed boots. That is perfectly fine as well. And then for her Eidolons, she is completely E0, which by the way, if you guys want to know more about Himeko, I actually did recently just put out a Himeko guide that goes over crit builds, break builds, and then of course teams. So do make sure to check that out after this video if you want to know more about her. And now we have Fugue, and here are her stats. We do have a nice amount of speed. We're going to be able to get even more speed with Ruan Mei on the team, of course, because of Ruan Mei's talent, as I've mentioned earlier. And what's really nice about Fugue and Himeko in general when it comes to their synergy is definitely Fugue's talent here. This is incredibly useful for Himeko, as it does state while Fugue is on the field, enemies will be afflicted with Cloud Flame Luster. This essentially made that second toughness meter you guys were seeing, which is commonly also referred to as exo toughness. And due to Fugue actually having this in her kit, this is very useful, as now Himeko will essentially be able to take advantage of that to unleash very, very frequent follow-up attacks, as you guys saw, as this essentially will allow you to break an enemy twice. And of course, while Fugue is on the field, it is also worth noting that she will of course enable super break for the team as well. And then for the light cone, we are using her signature light cone. As for her traces, they're maxed out. As for her relics, we are using the Forge set and Iron Break set once again. And we can go through her pieces real quick. As for her Eidolons, she is completely E0. And now for Ruan Mei, here are her stats. We are using Sprightly Von Whack. We also have Watchmaker, as this will be nicely utilized as well. Since Ruan Mei has Sprightly Von Whack on, this allows her to go before majority of the characters on our team. In this scenario, it's really beneficial, as we will be able to give that additional 30% break effect from the Watchmaker set before they actually unleash their attacks onto enemies within the fight. So this is very useful overall, just to give them an additional break effect boost. And now here are her relics. As for Eidolon, she is completely E0. Now for Lingsha, here she is, and here are also her stats. Now for her relics, once again, we're using Forge and the Iron set. Lingsha, Himeko, and Fugue are all sharing the same relic set. This set in general is just really nice when it comes to just being able to inflict a nice amount of super break damage onto enemies. And then of course the Forge set is very useful, as we were fighting enemies that were fire weak, so that was awesome to take advantage of. And now for Eidolons, she is completely E0. And for those that do not have Lingsha, you can also use Gallagher in her slot. The team will still be able to perform very nicely, so you can actually use Gallagher in this slot here if you do not have Lingsha. I personally do have a preference for Lingsha though, just because of the fact that she can unleash those very, very frequent follow-up attacks, especially since her ultimate will of course advance forward Fuyuan by 100%. And since Lingsha is going to be able to attack very frequently, this allows for more opportunities now to break those fire weak enemies we were fighting, which now allows Himeko of course to take advantage of that, to be able to keep unleashing those follow-up attacks. As you guys saw during that second wave of enemies, we were able to unleash just so many follow-up attacks back to back with Fuyuan and then also Himeko. So I would say overall this team is very, very fun. I personally love it. I cannot wait for Fugue to release so I can use this team as it's just a very, very fun Super Break team. And it's also filled with such pretty characters. All the characters on this team are very pretty ladies, so that's awesome. But yeah, that'll honestly be it for today's video. I would love to know if you guys are planning to pull for Fugue. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I am personally pretty excited for her. But if you plan to actually skip Fugue, I would love to know who are you pulling instead. If you guys did enjoy this video, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I will be releasing more Fugue showcases very soon, so do stay tuned for that. I hope to see you next time. Peace.